Hi, welcome back. I'm Janelle, and this is Brand Junkin New. This is the next episode in a series I've been doing where I share my summer haul. It's all the stuff that I've collected over the summer, giving you a sneak peek before I get it listed on my eBay page or in my Etsy shop. And sometimes I post things on my Instagram and sell them through there as well. So if you're not following me on Instagram, please head over and do that after this video, of course. And so today I have kind of a small haul. Almost everything here came from my trip on the 100-mile yard sale in Pennsylvania this summer. There are a lot of goodies in here and kind of a mixture of things. I also have a couple things that I've picked up at the thrift store here and there over the summer, but it should be a short video, so let's just get right into it. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I've got a biggie in here. So I have a pretty big surprise. I was kind of surprised at the profit on one of these items. It was definitely a major score, but we're gonna save that till the end. I'm gonna start first with what I think might be my favorite item in this haul, and it's actually a collection of items. So I'm not a big vase person, but I love these, and that is because it is a set of 3. So I'm gonna have trouble holding all of them up to show you. Let me show you the first one. So this, I guess, would be kind of like a console set or maybe like a mantle set. I don't know how they would have referred to it, but you can see I paid $2 for this one and $5 for the other 2 that I'm gonna show you. So $7 total I wrapped up in this set. They are white porcelain. They're not a fine porcelain, I don't believe, because it's kind of like more of an off-white than it is a bright white. But they have this awesome transfer on the front with the pastel colored flowers. There's oranges, purples, blues, yellow, really pretty. And I love this kind of scalloped design on the side. Not handles, but kind of handles. My favorite thing about these is that the images on the little ones match, and they're identical. The images on the little ones are the same as the images on the big ones, and there's 2 here, but I'm only gonna hold one up. See that $5 tag, 5 for the pair. But what I really I think is special is that the side designs on the little ones are just slightly different, as is the bottom than the center one. So I don't like matchy-matchy, I like things that go. And I feel like these go more than they're matchy-matchy. And together, the 3 of them are pretty stunning. Of course, my clumsy display of them doesn't really show how stunning they are. But you can see, you can kind of imagine what that might look like up on top of a mantle, on an entry table, and how that would look with just a few sprigs of flowers in there. So I am very fond of these. I have 7 wrapped up in them. I did get these at the 100-mile yard sale, somebody's garage. I have 7 invested. This set together, I'll probably list like around 30, I think, for all 3. They do have a couple chips and dings, but overall they're in good condition. So I'm sorry, I just stirred up some dust and now it's making my nose itch. So I'm probably gonna be scratching at it. Next on the table, I have also from the 100-mile yard sale. So I don't know how many of you are aware of what that is. I keep referring to it in all my videos. So every year in July, there's it's a fire company or like a civic association that puts together a map, and there's like entry fees and signs and all kinds of things that they organize, and food trucks and vendors of all sorts, over a 100-mile stretch across Pennsylvania. And it goes from about like Snowshoe, which is near State College, all the way across to Clearfield County, and then kind of makes a loop across the top. So really it's like 50 miles over and then 50 miles back. And it's sort of in the shape of a loop. And then because other towns and villages are privy to that, they run their own things, which extends it a little bit. So it probably starts a little bit before Snowshoe and extends a little after Clearfield. And there are some branches of roads here and there. If you take a turn, like you run into 5 more that might not be on a map somewhere. So it's just a fun weekend of kind of driving around in the fresh air with the windows down and digging around in people's garages and yards. It's a very fun time. This year I took my mom, we had a great time. It was sweltering, it was during the heat wave. I don't know if y'all remember how hot it was in July, because now we're feeling a little bit of fall weather, but it was brutal, but we survived it. We had fun along the way. So check it out. If you're into that kind of thing, it is a pretty fun weekend, and I imagine we'll probably do it again next year. So on one of those back roads, we took a turn somewhere. This was on a person's porch, and what it is, oh gosh, I'm gonna forget the term. It's a juicer. It's a juice reamer. It's a juice reamer. That's this part. Put the orange, the grapefruit, whatever on there, and then the little pitchers on the bottom to pour the juice and collect it and then pour it. It's got this really pretty floral design, and then at the bottom I liked the green. It's like a basket weave or checkerboard painted design. It has some glaze issues, so there's lots of crazing. It's definitely older. It is marked made in Japan. See if you can see, there's the made in Japan mark, but you can see some of the discoloration in the glaze. And on this side, there's some on the front even. This side, there's a spot as well. But I really liked the colors, the orange and the green, and then the pink and blue mixed in. I liked that it didn't have any major cracks, no major breaks. So I like that. Picked that up for $5. I'll probably list that, I don't know, maybe like 12 to 15. I haven't really done research on that yet. Next up, this stunning little vase that I love so much. It just doesn't really go anywhere with my home decor, or I would probably keep this one. What I love about it, so this is German. It is RS Germany. So I did look up the name. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce it for you again. Well, I didn't pronounce it for you yet. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pronounce it. Let me look. So I'm looking, I did write it down. Reinhold Schlegelmilch, German company. Awesome little vase. It is dainty and delicate. It's got smoke, almost like the smoke gray and black at the top, which is one of the things I loved the most about it. And then these dainty, light, delicate, pretty roses. And the window's messing with us today. And I love how they're like standing up on this stem. It's just seems, I don't know. It just seems very sweet to me. And then it's got these handles, both of them still attached and in good condition and sturdy. No breaks, no chips anywhere that I can find. Just a little bud vase. Would make a really cute mommy vase for a Mother's Day gift. But I think the colors really intrigued me, and I really liked those. I do think it's a transfer. Again, black, gray, and then the pink roses. Very cute. Lots of vases today. So then I have a couple items that didn't come from the 100 Mile Yard Sale. My nephew actually found these. So I like kitschy and nostalgic and travel magnets. So my fridge is covered in magnets from places I visited and things that remind me of my childhood. So I have like a Fig Newton up there, and I have like a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and ketchup and mustard, and peanut butter and jelly, and things that just remind me of being a kid. And he was at our local, here in Philly, he was at our local flea market this weekend and found a whole hoard. So I dug out all my favorites. Some favorites out of there that I kept were Smucker's jelly, an Oreo cookie, a pack of Ritz crackers. So I did dig out some favorites, and then there were still a ton left. So I decided to group them up and sell them in lots, and put them in my Etsy shop, the ones that were left over. So the first set, and I'm just gonna kind of throw some up there for you to see. These are made by a company called Argon, and apparently when I got on the eBay, I found out that they're pretty popular, and people really love them. So I've got some cool ones here. I've got a Raisin Bran box. You see they look like the actual snack and food items, which makes them so cool. Like they're the actual things, right? So Hunt's tomato sauce, Raisin Bran. Here's a Brillo pad, like Hello 80s with the Brillo. They don't even make enough stuff out of metal anymore for us to even use Brillo pads. Like I can't remember the last time I used one, and I remember when I was a kid, every weekend my mom had a Brillo pad in my hand. Ritz crackers. Here's a Ritz. There were a couple of these in the box. A Townhouse cracker box. And these are all plastic with these paper, the paper labels on them. Here's a French's mustard. Now I already have one of these, so I'm willing to give this one up. I've got a Kraft strawberry jelly, and then here's a Pepsi and a 7-Up. So I'm gonna put these together as one big lot and price them and list them that way. So if you are into 80s food, I think these are all pretty much 80s. If you're into 80s food and these brought back memories of your mom or your grandmom's kitchen, they will be in my shop for you. I just thought they were cool. I like the extra big ones. I think they're cool and special. And then the second set I have are these really cool. They were put out by Acme. I don't know if they were sold at Acme, if they were like a promotional item. I found them online, but I didn't really understand what they were about yet. All of them say Acme on them though. I don't know if you can tell. You can see it there at the bottom. And they are appliances, and almost all of them have some working mechanism, which they're like little working miniature things, which I thought were really cool. I think these are also from the 80s. So this is a little dishwasher, and if you open the little dishwasher drawer, these little trays are in there that you'd put the dishes in. And I think I did clean these up a little bit, but I forgot. I'm gonna try this pen and see. They're on like tracks, so I feel like these little baskets pull out because they're like sitting on little tracks, but I haven't really played around with them, and I don't want to break them, so, or lose those little baskets. So there is a dishwasher, there's an espresso machine, there is a teapot, there's a little blender, and I haven't figured out yet. These are all kitchen magnets, so they're like 3-dimensional refrigerator magnets. I think the lid might come off, but again, I don't want to try because I don't want to lose it or break it. A little juicer, little juice reamer, a little washing machine, a laundry machine, and on top is the little measuring cup and the little detergent box. And then the little door opens. Can you see that? Oh, it's so cute. Again, all refrigerator magnets. These hang on your fridge. Your kids would love them. Then here is a milkshake machine. I almost took this one out of the bunch because I love ice cream and milkshakes and everything made out of ice cream, but I felt like they should stay together as a family. And then here's a cookbook. Also Acme, you open it up. It's actually a little book, opens up. On the inside it says Mom's Favorite Recipes, refrigerator magnet. And then finally, and probably my favorite, and thank goodness there were two because I did keep one for my fridge, favorite childhood beverage. Might be my favorite adult beverage next to coffee, but I don't drink it a lot because I don't think it's really that good for you. Milk. It's a little tiny Acme milk carton. Look at how cute. Look how little it is. Look how cute. And that is supposed to go in your fridge. It's got a little magnet. Look at all the detail. It looks like a real Acme milk carton. It's got some kind of little scene on it. It has on the side is the nutritional information. On the other side is an advertisement for Acme potato chips. Like, it looks like a real legit grown-up milk carton, but miniature size. It's too cute. So there's that set. They were super fun, so I wanted to share them with you. Maybe some of you had them on your fridge, or your parents did, or your grandparents. Next thing, I can't decide. Let's go with these guys. So these were kind of an oddball sort of thing that I would not typically purchase. So I do like figurines, but the stuff I usually purchase are like more ambiguous that appeal to a bigger crowd. So like animals and holiday. So I don't get too much into like people things. I find that people figurines are really specific. Like, you want your person figurine to resemble some person that you know, and to have that happen is just kind of like tough to do. But I found a few at the 100 Mile Yard Sale that I was particularly fond of, mostly because I had not seen anything like them before. So there are a few that I did pick up that are people, and I'm going to share them with you now. The first one, well, they're all three doctors, but they all look very different. So these are made by Enesco. One has the actual Enesco label on his foot. The other two do not, but that's how I was able to confirm. So these are made by Unesco. They are porcelain doctor figurines. This one has, they all have paper tags around their neck, and this one says the pediatrician. And this is a doctor, I'm sorry, the light in here is not very good today. This is a doctor standing with a little boy, making him a pediatrician. So lots of detail and really well done. There's gold metallic trim, and then like detail about like the texture in his eyebrows. You can see the texture around his hairline, and just really well done. And it's a mixture of gloss finished and then like a bisque finished porcelain. So there's a little bit of both on here, which I like. Great condition, excellent condition. They're pretty big, you can see. But no chips, no cracks, no major anything. And I like them because they're something that I had not ever seen before. And one of the things that I've learned in my junking days and from all the people that I've learned to junk from is that if you see something you've never seen before, you should probably pick it up. Doesn't mean that it's worth like $1 million, but usually it's something that is rare enough that you can get some good money for it. But also you have the opportunity to learn about something new that there's just may not be like not a lot of knowledge about already. The next one we have is, this is the obstetrician. So this is the doctor that delivers the baby, and it has a paper tag. And then you can see his mustache is different, his hair is different. It's a different guy. He's wearing the same tie though, I notice, same tie. But he's holding a little baby girl and a birth certificate. If I tilt it, you can see there. It says birth certificate Jane Doe, and she's in her little pink clothes. She's in good condition. There are no breaks, no chips anywhere. Really good shape. So that's the second one. And there's actually a third. Now the third is a little shadier. So the third one I might actually classify as Halloween because he has a tag that says the surgeon. But I'm suspicious of him because he's carrying a handheld flashlight and a very large gold shiny metal sharp object that could be a scalpel, a cleaver, a knife. I don't really know what that is, but it looks bigger than a scalpel, which is like, I think surgeon, I think tiny delicate knife. This is like a meat cleaver. And then a handheld flashlight. I also recognize that surgeons need lots of light, but usually like even in the 1950s when this was probably made, I thought they wore them like on their head or something. I didn't know they carried around handheld flashlights. So at first, my first impression is like serial killer and like murder mystery. I don't know. I just don't understand the connection between flashlight and this meat cleaver to a surgeon, but I appreciate the attempt. This is actually the one that has the label on his foot, so he's got an Unesco label. And to be honest, I might pitch him as Halloween decor. I don't know, I'm not really sure. But I like the set. They were unusual. They're not anything that I've seen before, and so I definitely took the opportunity to have something new and learn about something different. So love those guys. I think I scored them for about $4 each. I think they all came out of a doctor's estate. I remember the lady telling me. And I did see a listing. There's a current listing for 4 of them for like $80, around $80. I'll probably list them separately because I can't imagine that somebody would want all 3 unless they did all 3 of those jobs, which I mean is very possible. It sounds like a normal thing. I just don't know that people would want 3 of them. So I'll probably list them separately. Around maybe like $18, $20, $22, somewhere in there. 22 is like one of my favorite numbers, so I list a lot of things for $22, so they might go for 22. They are in excellent shape, so it'd be worth it to someone for sure. And then the next people figure I have, so I have another people figure. I do like things that involve little kids. So this here is a Joseph original. He has his paper label, but somebody's taped over it because they put the price tag, and I paid $5 for him. But he also has, in case I can't get the tape off of that, he has a foot stamp as well, Joseph original foot stamp. Now this little guy is a cutie patootie. Look at that smile. He is such a happy boy. Now what's going on here, it appears, well, he's been playing hard because he's got a little patch on his knee. And if you were to call my mom and ask her about my pants when I was a kid, I had patches on all of them because I don't know, I just wore through pants so fast. I don't even know. I was quite a tomboy, so I guess I was doing what the boys did, but I swear she was constantly putting patches on my pants. So he's got one. He's been playing hard. And then he's standing next to these little pink flowers that are really pretty. But then he's also holding a little bouquet behind his back. Look at that. He's hiding them behind his back. He's getting ready to give them to someone. And if you look at his face, like that's a little like excited, prideful, excited to be given a gift to someone kind of face. So I loved him. I just loved his little expression. I loved the bright colors. And I loved that he had these flowers he was about to give to somebody. It's like one of those figurines where you look at it and you feel like something is going to happen next. I like that. Versus like, I don't know. I just like that I feel like I anticipate that something's about to happen. There's going to be another scene or something. So I loved him. Picked him up for $5. I did look him up and I did see him listed, but I can't remember what the comps were. He has absolutely no damage. He's not even dusty. He's pretty immaculate. So I'll probably list him like 15 or 18 maybe. Yeah, somewhere in there. Don't forget we have a goodie coming up. It's sitting right in front of me. I keep wanting to like pick it up and show you, but it's not quite time yet. So next up on another one of those back roads, 100-mile yard sale, I picked up this green pottery, these green pottery dishes. So they were $1 for the set. It's a little platter, a small platter, and a bowl, a serving bowl, but they're not a set. I don't think they go together. Even the green glaze, while it's similar, is different. So I don't think they were a set. But they do go, and they do also go with my kitchen. I was tempted to keep them, but I'm trying to stick. I collect Fiesta, and I'm trying to stick strictly to Fiesta, maybe throw in a little Harlequin here and there. So try not to collect the other types of pottery. Anyway, this one is stamped Old Roman. This is not a stamp I'm familiar with. And when I went to look it up, I also couldn't really find anything. So I have to dig a little bit deeper. I am, in case you haven't noticed, making attempts to do the research before I talk to y'all. So hopefully you found that helpful in this video. This one I couldn't find, however, but it's got this really pretty floral border. It's got scalloped edges. I love how the glaze is always done on this green pottery because there's like a little bit of white and a little bit of green. And just variations in it. I like that. And so there's this, and it's kind of has like a little feather or rope design texture around the edge. See if you can see that. It looks like a rope, maybe a feather or some leaves. I mean, it's nothing like, it's not clearly defined what it is, but I like it. I like that it's there. I don't feel any chips or cracks on this. There is lots of crazing though, but overall it's in really good shape. So this is a really nice, usable, like put it on your dinner table this weekend serving bowl. And then the platter that came with it, but isn't part of the set. Here's that platter. Now, as soon as I hold it up, you can see, because we've got the sunlight helping us, you can see that there's lots of crazing, excuse me, lots of crazing, and there's also some discoloration in that, unfortunately. And this one does have some chips, so there's a chip there and a chip there. It's still usable, but this is more something that I would probably display on a wall, use as on your buffet, as part of your daily display. I don't know if I would really use it. I don't think there's danger in using it. Definitely wouldn't put it in the dishwasher. Usually old dishes, I don't put them in the dishwasher, and I fib. If it's something pottery like this, I do put it in the dishwasher. Like Pyrex, anything that has paint on it, no way. It just knocks the finish off of that paint so fast and makes it all that chalky look. But this pottery kind of stuff I will put in the dishwasher, but I don't put it in the microwave. Even my vintage Fiesta ware I won't put in the microwave because I don't know what kind of icks are in there that they didn't know were icks back when they made it. So I don't mess around with that too much. So I will list these separately because like I said, they were sold to me as a set for $1. $1. I love yard sales. But I won't list them together. I'm definitely going to list these separately. So, and I don't know for prices. Maybe this one like around 18 or 20, and this platter probably more like 10 or 12 because of that discoloration and the chips maybe even less. I don't know. It's a nice wall piece. I like it. I like it for a wall. If you're a person who does like crafts with these, I know some people collect like the old plates, the floral plates, and then put like funny and inappropriate, paint funny and inappropriate sayings and stuff on them. This would be a good project piece for that. So there are those two pieces, and now for the grand finale. So under a tent, somewhere in 100 miles of country yard sales, near where the elk live, out in the sticks of Pennsylvania, I came across a neat little crock with a lid, a marmalade crock, not Dundee, but I paid $5 for it, and I decided, there's the tag to prove it, I decided that I was cool with that because it was in such nice condition, because I'm not a crock person. I know people that are crock people, but I'm not it, so I wasn't really feeling it. But when I picked it up, I looked at the lid and I saw that there were no chips. First, it had a lid. I mean, it's rare you run into a crock that's got a lid. So it had a lid, which made me kind of excited about it. And then when I picked it up, it was in such good shape. There are no cracks. There are no chips. This is a James Carberry marmalade from London. And there's that. So it's really beautiful. It's in stunning condition. Here's the bottom. It was originally $10 at the first sale, wherever the lady bought it from. She gave it to me for $5, but there's a little $10 tag. It's a 1/4 gallon. It's marked 1/4 gallon. There's not a lot of wear on it. Not a lot. I mean, there's some dirt on the bottom, but not a whole bunch of wear. There are no chips, there's no cracks. It's really in stunning condition. So definitely hand done. I've looked this up. So if this is legit, and I didn't find any reproductions, so this is not something that I found reproductions of. So if I can confirm the legitimacy, then this $5 piece is actually worth about 85 to maybe over 100, because the listings that I've seen have been for the crock only, and they've been in the 80s, in the 90s. There were a few larger, like whole 1 gallon that had chips and cracks that were listed for like 120. None with a lid that I could find. So the lid kind of has me thinking that I'm a lucky, lucky girl, and I might be able to get some real good money for this. So this will definitely be up for sale, and I haven't decided yet if I want to do Etsy or eBay on this. So once I get my research finished, once I decide for sure, I'll try and post something on my Instagram page and give people a heads up. If it's something you're interested in, you should go follow me on Instagram, so that when I decide to list this, I can put kind of an alert out for folks, because I feel like this is something that would be popular and people would want to know about. All right, well, that was the stunner, the big showstopper for this haul. Probably the biggest prize that we've had so far in any of our episodes out of our boxes. So not the biggest in my Junkin career yet, but it's a big one. It's a big one to be sharing with you. I'm pretty excited about it. So that brings us to the end of this episode. I'm going to thank you again for joining me. I'm going to remind you and ask, please, please, please make sure you like this video. Make sure you go back and watch. If this is the first time watching, make sure you go back and check out my previous videos. And the holiday season, the holiday shopping season, is usually when I run the most sales and offer the most coupons and discounts. And I share all those codes and sales start dates on my Instagram. So if you haven't been there, you're really going to want to head over there and make sure that you follow so you can get all those updates. I hope you have a splendid day, and thanks again for joining, and take it easy. Thank you.